Good afternoon. I got the message that you weren't feeling too well. What's going on? Pain in the stomach? Okay. Can you describe what the sensation is like? Okay. Alright, so tenderness along the ridge of your abs and then downward. Okay. How long has this pain been going on? Okay. Well, if it's okay, I'd like to just take a listen and see if there's anything obvious going on that I can hear. I'm going to have you sit up straight for me here. I know it might be a little bit uncomfortable, but I just want to feel and listen to your normal digestion here. Okay? Yeah, you don't have to breathe in deeply or shallow. It hurts to do so. Okay. And when was the last time that you have eaten? Okay. Okay, it does sound like you have quite a bit of gastrointestinal disturbance. Have you had any new changes in your diet or your behavior? Okay. Alright. I'm going to just take my fingertips and very gently press down on certain areas of your tummy. Okay. I want you to just sit up normally. Okay. I'm going to take one hand behind your back here, and I'm going to press from both angles, okay? Pain? Okay. Right here? Okay. This would be your descending large intestine. Okay. I know that these are kind of personal questions here, but we're all human. So just try to answer as honestly as you can. Have you been having any kind of constipation or normal bowel movements? Everything seems normal? Okay. It's just the pain that's changed. Okay. Do you normally have any kind of reactions or any kind of allergies that you're aware of? Things like gluten intolerance or a reaction to things like artificial sweeteners, anything like that? Not that you're aware of? Okay. If you can think of the last couple of days with your diet, do you recall anything that you might have eaten out of the ordinary? Say 20 hours ago? Okay. And this pain's been going on now for a little bit of time. It's just gotten worse. Okay. Do you have any family history of things like ulcers or heartburn? Anything like that? Okay. Do you take any medication for it? Okay. Just antacids when necessary? Okay. And when was the last time that you have taken antacids? Okay. So relatively recently. Okay. I'm going to press on other areas of your stomach. little bit higher up underneath your diaphragm here. So this is going to push upward, and I want you to tell me if this makes you feel the urge to cough or any unpleasantness, okay? Right here. How about here? Okay. It does trigger heartburn a little bit. Being on your left side, this could also be something in the small intestine or even the stomach, and not necessarily the lower intestine. Okay. Well, I think what I'd like to start off with is maybe a little bit of pain management, and to also get a little bit more of a antacid into your stomach, and that way we can hopefully calm those muscles and calm the stomach down. Okay. As well as bring a little bit of pain relief. Okay. And for that, we're going to get you some fairly generic seltzer. Do you have any kind of allergies or reactions to medication that you're aware of? Okay. Just give this a moment here to dissolve into the water. We're going to do one more. Almost dissolved. Stuck on the edge of the cup here. There we go. It's just about ready. Go ahead. Go ahead and drink it all. It doesn't always taste that good, but I'm hopeful that it'll at least make your stomach feel a little bit more at ease. Yeah. Good. We're going to let that sit just for a couple of minutes while you're in the upright position, and this will allow any kind of chemical reaction because it's a base. If it combines with a high acid content in your stomach, it will produce a gas and you may want to burp. That's completely normal. There's no shame here. Feel free to let loose if you need to. And then we're going to lay you down in a comfortable position. I'm going to do a little bit more of a thorough examination of your large intestine, see whether or not we can calm those belly muscles down, as well as find if there's any kind of blockages, and then just kind of take it from there, okay? Alrighty, take a couple of moments here, and we'll get you repositioned, okay? Alright, thank you. Are you feeling a little bit more comfortable? Okay. I'm going to start by lifting up your shirt here a little bit. I want to take a look at your stomach. Okay. And I'm going to start with, again, some audio. I want to hear and see if different areas of pressure cause any kind of disturbance or discomfort. And we're going to try to pinpoint where this pain is coming from, okay? Okay. Okay. First, I want you to just try to relax as much as you possibly can. Take a deep breath in for me. Okay. I want you to try to relax these muscles, okay? I'm going to be pressing very gently to begin with. And I'm also listening for any kind of reaction, gas, tummy gurgles. Just raise your hand if something hurts, okay? I'm going to be pushing downward with a little bit more force. Okay. What about here? Yeah, those Alka-Seltzers, they can do that. You still feeling comfortable? Comfortable enough? Okay. I want you to take a deep breath in for me, okay? And as you exhale, just try to relax those muscles. I can feel your muscles are definitely tense, probably from the pain. Okay. I'm going to press deeply into your side right here. How does that feel? Uncomfortable? Okay. Is the pain the same over here or is it different? Okay. And then right here in the center. Not so much? Okay. If I move up towards your diaphragm, right under here? Okay. I'm going to take a really close listen just for a couple of seconds, okay? I'm going to press deeply, okay? Okay. What about here? Okay. Well, if I had to make a guesstimation based on the auditory reactions, I would guess that you might be having a lot of indigestion and the reflux or the acid that is building up as a result of that is causing distress throughout the entire digestive system. Okay. So my main question now is whether or not this is something that is a recent development or if it's something that has been happening for a while. There's two different aspects of my next hypothesis. I'd like to see if you're allergic to something or if you are becoming intolerant to a food that you're normally consuming, or if there's something more serious that we need to do something like an endoscopy and take a look on the inside to see whether or not there's an ulcer that may develop or any kind of other obstructions, lesions on the esophagus or into the stomach wall, that sort of thing. Okay. The first part of this is not going to be painful at all. I'm going to do some very broad spectrum allergy tests. I'm going to be testing for things like a peanut allergy, trina allergies, any kind of oil, or things like gluten intolerance. Gluten is, or more specifically celiac disease, is the complete intolerance of gluten. It's a byproduct of wheat, and if you're pre-celiac disease or if you're becoming gluten intolerant, a lot of the times we can get a reaction on the skin, but there's other things that we're going to be testing for. So what that entails is taking a couple of swabs of these combinations, putting them on different areas of your skin, and seeing whether or not in the next couple of minutes you have any kind of a reaction to them. I'm going to expose a couple of areas here on your neck, on your chest, on your biceps, and your forearms. Is that okay? Just check to see if there's anything going on with the skin that we need to be aware of. Do you know of any topical allergies that you might be allergic to? On your shoulders here. I'm going to move your shirt out of the way, okay? Same with this side. Yeah, and your skin looks good. Take a real quick look inside your mouth. I want to see whether or not there's any kind of contusions, or if I can maybe see even in the back of your throat if there's any kind of swelling, okay? Open up. Can you swallow for me? Okay. Have you been having any kind of difficulty with your breathing after eating? Okay. Stick out your tongue for me. Okay. Everything looks good. Feel your glands a little bit. I want to see if there's anything that's swollen in this area and into your clavicle, okay? Now, this should not bother you, but if it does, I want you to stop me and let me know, okay? Just going to very gently press inward on your neck here on the sides, up behind your ears. You're feeling okay? Comfortable enough? Okay. As much as could be expected. I'm going to put a little bit further down your neck, right here. In the front, I won't press in so much, okay? A lot of the times when we're having an allergic reaction to any kind of food or a substance or even a scent, something that might be in the air, our nervous system and our lymphatic system will swell up, and we can kind of see that. Okay. In your clavicle. Press in on one side, okay? No pain? Okay. Go on this side. That's okay? Just going to press a little bit on your nasal passages here. I want to feel for normal breathing and respiration, okay? Now if I move along towards your cheekbones to the front, does that feel okay? Not too bad. You're a little bit swollen right here, which does have me concerned, but that could just be a reaction to acid reflux. Okay. Well, let's move on to the second portion. I'm going to be taking a little bit of liquid. And this is going to consist of some other very common foods, such as tree nuts and peanuts. And that way we can see whether or not this might be a food allergy, okay? So I'm going to take this piece here. Just mix it a little bit. We're going to start with the first sample, and that's going to be on your forearm on your right side. Thank you. We're going to do the second sample here, and this is going to be on your bicep. I know it might not seem like it makes a whole lot of sense placing them in various locations of your body, but we also want to make sure that they don't interact, cross-contaminate. Okay. Just need a little bit there. I'm going to mix the sample. Okay. Roll up your sleeve a little bit. Thank you. Alright, third sample here. We're going to do this on your other forearm, okay? And if you feel this itch, if you feel this burn, if you feel any kind of tingling sensation, just let me know, okay? Lift up your sleeve a little bit on this side. We're going to do one more sample on the arms. And then we'll move. And now we're going to move on to the clavicle. I'm going to do this in two spots here and here, okay? last two samples are going to be on each side of the neck here, okay? Have you ever had any kind of allergies that you're aware of? Any kind of foods? Milk, cheese, gluten, anything like that? Any kind of foods? Okay. Just gonna swab the area there. Alright. We're almost done here. Yeah, it's not too bad. So long as it doesn't cause any kind of disturbance on the skin. We're going to do one more swatch right here. Do any of the areas such as on your forearms or your biceps, your clavicle, anything like that itch, burn, tingle? Feeling okay? I'm going to check your dilation here real quick because a lot of the times when you're exposed to any kind of reacting chemical, it can sometimes cause dilation. So I want you to just look forward into the distance, okay? Testing your coordination. I want you to follow the light best you can. Yeah, don't move your head. Okay, so your coordination is completely normal. I'm going to give that just a couple of seconds. See whether or not you have any kind of agitation on the skin that might be occurring afterwards. Okay. I'm going to place my hand over the areas. Just feeling for any kind of elevated temperature on the skin. And just take a really quick look and get a very close-up exam of the skin, okay? I'm going to use my pen light. I don't see anything abnormal, no hives. Your ears are a normal color. Not for any kind of rise in body temperature. Everything's looking really good. Just look into your eyes here real quick. No additional warmth or anything like that. Now that you've been relaxed and hopefully the Alka-Seltzer has had some opportunity to kick in, I'm going to take one last listen to your tummy and see whether or not anything has settled down, okay? Okay. Just breathe normally. I want you to focus on these tummy muscles and just try to focus on relaxing them, okay? Yeah, try not to strain them. I know that if you're still uncomfortable, that's a very difficult thing to ask. You still have a lot of movement going on. Okay. There's still a lot of movement that's going on. So what I'm thinking is that it might be something that's a constant irritation. I'm going to press quite firmly on the upper area of your stomach here, because that's where your esophagus meets your stomach, and I just want to see if has the pain in this area subsided at all? A little bit? Okay, so it's not a total loss. And as I go further down your side, how about that area right there? Not so much? Okay, that's good. How about here on your other side? Okay. It's primarily in the center. Right below your ribs. Okay. Well, I'm going to set you back up here, and again we're going to do a little bit of stretching and see whether or not we can narrow down the location of where this is coming from. Give you a little bit more details of what I would like to see in the future, okay? Okay. Okay. Now that you're sitting up, do you feel any more comfortable at all? Not really? Okay. I'm going to take one more listen to you now that you're upright. And I know that Alka-Seltzer, especially if it's having any kind of effect with the acid reflux, that's going to make you want to burp. That's totally normal. Yeah, go ahead and let it out. It's not worth feeling bad over. I'm going to take a listen to your normal respiration right now, and whether or not it's labored or just breathe normally for me, okay? Now here in your tummy, I'm going to push back on you a little bit, okay? I'm going to cup one hand around your back. Okay. One last check to see if you're having any kind of adverse reaction to any of the substances that have been swabbed on your skin. Just look forward, okay? There's no type of dilation issues. The restriction in your blood vessels look normal. I don't think this is a food allergy, no. Yeah, none of the areas on your neck are swollen. Your clavicle looks nice and good. No hives. Yeah. And the areas on your arms look just fine. Well, I'd like to schedule you sometime for possibly an endoscopy exam, and what that will entail is we'll put you under local anesthetic, and this is going to be something that you'll be conscious and awake for, but you're going to be very much sedated, and that'll make the procedure a lot less stressful on you. We'll take a camera and a light, we'll go in through the mouth, down the trachea and the esophagus, into the stomach. We'll see if there's any kind of ulcers, any kind of lesions, obstructions, growths, anything like that. And then we'll move out just to the small part of the small intestine and make sure that everything is okay there, okay? Yeah, we just want to make sure that you're healthy. Okay. We'll schedule you in about a week from now. Does that sound okay? Okay. And for this, we're going to want you to fast for 24 hours prior to coming in. You may have water up until 5 hours before the procedure. And then we'll give you some oral medication that you can take beforehand and have a little bit of water, okay? Great. Okay. Well, I'll schedule you in a week from now, and we'll take a more in-depth look at that, okay? Alright. In the meantime, I highly recommend supplementing on your calcium supplements. Something that is a calcium carbonate, and that'll help with the indigestion and the stress on your digestive system in the meantime, okay? Also, cut down on any kind of spicy foods, any kind of carbonated beverages, especially with high fructose corn syrup, or any kind of food that would normally cause you irritation, okay? Okay. Be well in the next couple of days. I'll see you shortly.